Hello and welcome to this week's Cari Connects. I am Psychic Medium Cari Muggs, and each week I pull a card from a deck to let you know what's coming up for the week and the signs and symbols to watch for. So today is Labor Day, and it's kind of the beginning of the month. So if you haven't signed up for my newsletter, it comes out every week. It comes out weekly. I don't spam anybody, but this week, every month it has a message, a spiritual message at the beginning of the month, and then each week it will talk about different things. Today's one is going to talk about the different types of sage and how to smudge with them and what they're used for. So I had quite a few clients ask this week because August has been kind of crazy. It was a roller coaster. It was full of retrogrades, 2 full moons, and a meteor shower, and all different kinds of things. And it was just such an emotional roller coaster. And I feel like September is kind of coming in with a restful time, or a more balanced time, or a more peaceful time. But then things are going to kick it up a notch again in around October or the end of September. So this week we are using a new deck because you guys know I love the Avalon, and I have Wisdom of the Avalon by Colette Baron Reid, but I found this one called Mists of the Avalon by Rose and Sarah, and the illustrations by Nadia Turner. So this is, each deck on the back has I think that's some sort of emblem, like I think it's Celtic, but I'm not sure. And also too, each card is illustrated and awesome and beautiful. So if you want to see what the deck looks like, you can go on my Instagram account. Also too, my podcast is going to start back up this on a regular session, and I'm going to try and do something different with it. It'll have the same theme and but I'm going to try and video it. I'm going to try and video it because a lot of people think these Cari Connects on my podcast because they do come out on my podcast. But honestly, I think people are going to a more visual type of podcasting. So we're going to try it. I'm not sure how it's going to work out this week, but we're going to try it. So lots of stuff. And I just finished up my connection course. It was awesome. And I will have another one of those coming up next winter, probably around January, February. So, okay. Yes. So this is called Bridget. So I'm not really sure what goddess she is because, again, I do these on the fly. I don't really know, but she has lots of different signs and symbols. So at the bottom, it says birth. So something new is coming. I think this is kind of the end of the September thing, there's lots more adventures coming towards the end of September. Soul empowerment. I feel like that's what's happening this week when we rest. We're kind of like resting, maybe kind of getting over some big stuff that happened in August. And radiance. That means it's going to be your time to shine because something new is coming. Notice how the birth is down here in the other region. So passion. Also too, it's going to be something that you're excited about and something that's going to be fun. I do feel like October is going to be more adventurous. I don't feel like it's going to be like thrown at us, or I feel like it's going to be something that we create while we rest, because you can totally create things while you're resting. A lot of people think you have to go, and it has to be move, and when you create things, and there is work involved, but there's not like fast paced. Like you can go, if you're in alignment with things, you can also rest. There is a time to create and move, and then there's a time to rest so things can come into balance or things can come into play. So I feel like we're going to have a little bit of stretch of a balance, and then there's going to be more adventure. But I feel like the adventure is going to be more like something that we want or we create, not something that's just blown into us. There's been lots of health issues, lots of ups and downs, lots of frequency raises within the last month. And so I think this is going to kind of balance out, and then it's going to create something magical, or it's going to create something that's going to be helpful. So birth, soul empowerment, radiance, and passion. So those are going to kind of come the way that soul empowerment is going to be this thing keeps getting in my way. Soul empowerment is going to be the resting stage. And then radiance is going to be how it's going to make you glow. And then the passion is going to be something that you love, and it's going to create it. So signs and symbols to watch for this week. Obviously, she has lots of sun and radiance. So sun, all of her jewelry is gold. And so this is a woman who is, and you can, if you want to Google Brigid. It's Brigid, and see what she symbolizes and kind of look for those symbols, those signs and symbols this week. Anything gold, anything that has to do with sun and red hair, and also too these little tiny round spirals. That's kind of going to be a good sign and symbol. And also the seeing eye again. That's going to be another one because it's on her forehead this time. So the numbers are awesome. They're 3 and 4. So 333 means your guides and your ancestors and your what are they? Ascended masters are with you, and everybody has their own ascended master that they work with. And then 444 means your angels, your protective angels, your angels, and your guides watching over you. Now, just because you see 444 and it tells you that your protective angels are watching over you doesn't mean you're in danger. It just means that they're with you and they're watching over you. So anything gold, anything with the sun, and anything, and also too, when I get off of this, when I get to the video, I might Google Brigid and see if there's any other symbols, and I'll put them on the card on my Instagram, and we can add to those symbols. So 3, 4, and Brigid, and gold jewelry. Also too, there's like this kind of sagey, I'm not really sure what that symbol is. It's got a 3, I'll have to look that up. It's like it's not a boomerang. I feel like it's sage because there's smoke around it, which is crazy because we just talked about sage just a second ago. But it's got a weird shape. So I'll kind of see what that is too and list it on the signs and symbols today. Okay, so rest for this week because I feel like that's going to help your radiance and your inner glow. And it's going to be nice and peaceful because your passion is coming, and you're going to have you're going to have an adventure, and it's going to be like a birth, something new coming. So that's kind of awesome. I always feel like October and September are like the new beginnings anyways, or a new year. So to me, because I think it's like shaman or shamain, that also last week I talked about it too a little bit, but it's called Shamain, and it's kind of like it's a Celtic pagan, and it's like a new beginning or a new year in the fall, and I've always kind of deeply felt that. So here we go. Rest for a minute because adventure is coming. So I love you guys. Look for these signs and symbols, and I will talk to you next week.